I love you, but I'm not upgrading to Windows 11.
We need to talk.
I refuse.
Are you users of Windows 10?
Yes, we are.
Your computer has been marked for destruction.
I have an idea.
Show them what you can do.
Robert, are we safe? No. But you will be. We must work together as a team. They're here, get ready. Now.
Supernova! It's clobbering time! Fantastic!
I can't make it stop.
Disappear!
We're safe for now, but they will keep coming. I will fix this. Hello everyone, welcome back to another super exciting video. This is something different. I have been making many videos about how to upgrade Windows 10 to Windows 11, even on old computers, right? And why you should just upgrade to Windows 11 even if your computer doesn't support it. It works fine. It's a little weird at first. And I have not used Windows 10 since September 24. And I forgot about something. There's something totally... I kept saying me, like my computer, my stuff, right? I forgot. What about everybody else? What if you don't want to upgrade to Windows 11? What if for some reason you can't because of some software that you need to run? Who knows, a business setting, etc. And I thought of this because I had a problem with Mrs. Fixit's mom's computer. She has a really old Dell. It's a, I believe, a second gen i5. It's very old. It barely runs Windows 10 right now. And I kept telling her we're gonna have a really big problem in October because she's a senior and Windows is gonna start saying, you know, your computer needs to be upgraded or updated and it won't work anymore. And she's constantly getting hacked for some reason. We don't know why. Whatever she's clicking on, she likes to play games online. And so I said, well, we can get her a new computer, right? So she can have Windows 11. And she said no, because her computer, the way that it works right now, if you change anything, if you move one icon from one side of the desktop to the right, you know, from left to right, she freaks out. Everything has to be exactly the same. If we even attempt to make her use Windows 11, she'll go crazy. A new computer won't help. She doesn't have a Microsoft account. She's had the same computer for years. It actually was Windows 7 originally. And number one, I don't want to upgrade her computer to Windows 11. It's not going to work well at all. Coming from Windows 7 to 10 to 11, right? And it's just going to be a problem. Every time she can't find something, she's going to freak out. She's going to call us. And it's just a big headache. On top of that, Mrs. Fixit really would rather not upgrade to Windows 11, even though her computer is newer and faster now, the one that we did the white PC paint job on. She said I'm really not interested. My computer works fine. I don't want to change it. I don't want Windows 11. I just want to use my computer. So both of them, all they do really with the computer is turn it on and go into Chrome. And that's like every parent in the world, right? So we're going to sort of have a little talk about what you're going to do for your parents' computer and what are the options here. So I have the screen up and I'm going to go through a few things. This is just sort of a talking video, so you don't have to watch necessarily, you can just listen. And I tried to take this from the point of view of somebody who has no choice but to use Windows 10 forever, or until you just can't anymore. So the first option that I came up with is here, is do nothing. Just because the support ends and the update ends, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to upgrade to Windows 11 or buy a new computer. Now everybody thinks that. People that don't know computers. There's people buying computers every day right now because somebody told them in October 2025 your computer's going to stop working. It's like this myth. It was originally it's going to stop updating, right? And now I talked to some neighbors of mine who bought new computers. They said, oh, well, Bob across the street said your computer's not going to work anymore, so I bought a new one. So there's $500. You should be good, I think, for about a year after the updates stop. And where you're going to run into a problem is Chrome. If you use Chrome like most people do, there will be a point in time where Chrome will stop updating because it recognizes that you're not on Windows 11. This happens on Macs as well. If you don't upgrade to the newer operating system, eventually Safari and Chrome stop updating as well. So it could be a year, maybe 6 months, who knows? If anybody knows, please comment below. So that's kind of, just the easiest thing. The only thing is that it's going to keep reminding that user to buy a new computer or upgrade to Windows 11 probably every time you turn on the computer at that point a year later. But you're fine for now, and then you can just sort of figure out what you want to do after that. And here, the easiest option outside of that is what is called extended support. So it's not available right now, but it will be in the future. You basically pay $30 and you will receive support until 2026. Most people will do this rather than buy a new computer, or they'll just pay the $30 so that the thing doesn't pop up anymore. So the problem with that is, number one, it's $30, which is unnecessary. But the problem with that is you're probably going to have a Microsoft account at that point. And there's a lot of people still that don't want to have a Microsoft account for any reason, because they keep trying to sell you stuff. When you have a Microsoft account, it keeps saying, oh, buy OneDrive, buy Office, buy Windows 360 or Office 365. So that's going to be annoying. $30 is, I would say, just for the less hassle, it's probably worth it. I would hope that maybe they would make it a little cheaper for a senior. Make it like $49 for everybody else, and then make it, say, $25 for senior citizens or students. Something like that. But that just pushes you to 2026, and then maybe a year later, they might be more willing to upgrade. Now, this is for updates and security only. It does not allow you to install new features. So whatever features there are at the end, that's it. It's just for updates and security. But I think that's fair. At least it's an option. So here's some alternatives. I would say this might not be a popular option, but you could just get them a Chromebook or a Chrome desktop computer. If all they do is go into Chrome anyway, it's fine, it's faster, it's easier. And I actually used a Chromebook as my home computer for almost 2 years during COVID, because at that time, all I needed was to watch YouTube and check email. I didn't need to do anything else. And to me, I thought that was fine. So for an older person, I think that they would be perfectly happy with that. If you happen to have one to give them, I don't think it's worth going out and buying one at this point because they're more expensive than they used to be. You could, if the person actually knows nothing about computers, you could put Linux on it and just show them how to click on Chrome. Linux is kind of weird, but I did install it on my mom's computer, and she has a Mac, and all she wanted to know was where is the Chrome button, and that's it. She doesn't use the rest of it. And everything else worked. The sound worked, the webcam worked, the printer worked. It was actually much better than I thought it was, and it was free. But that's just for Chrome. So that's an option. And then there's a more advanced option here, which is Windows 10 LTSC. It's SC. So let me show you this right here. Windows 10 LTSC. No, that's IoT. The problem with this is there's several different versions, so it's kind of confusing. So there's IoT Enterprise, which is the older one. Then there's Windows 10 LTSC support here. Goes until, there's different ones of this too. So there's 2021, which goes until 2027. Or let's say 5 is manual updates. Manual updates. We'll talk about that in a second. So you could put Windows 10 LTSC on their computer. Problem with that is you can't upgrade it. It has to be a fresh install, which would not be a bad idea. If their computer is that old, you really shouldn't be upgrading it anymore. Just do a fresh install, Windows 10 LTSC. The key price varies. They do have them on those key sites that you see. From what I've seen, it's about $40. And that'll take you to 2027. That's not horrible. I'm not sure which features would be missing from LTSC, but at that point I think it doesn't matter. It's just to keep the annoying message away. Also, you have to find the LTSC ISO file. I'm sure it's out there. I'm gonna find it myself just so I can kind of give it to people. But I guess IoT is done, $40, but LTSC is not done. And then there's a 2019 LTSC, which will expire soon, and then there's a 2021 LTSC. See, it's so confusing. That's why nobody's doing it that way, but it's out there if you want to look for it. Another option is manual updates. So because these updates will exist for LTSC and extended support, that means that they do exist. and you can actually download the update on its own. And I was told that this is what people were doing for Windows 7 when it stopped getting support, is they were just taking the updates and just manually installing them. I'm not sure how long that lasts for, but that's an option as well. And then the final option is, see if we can get this all on one page. 6. Windows 11 with a Windows 10 skin. So you can make Windows 11 look like Windows 10. So in theory, you could actually put Windows 11 on their computer and just not tell them. I'm not sure how long that will work for. That's probably not a good idea, because if it stops updating or something goes wrong and it starts asking for a Microsoft account, then their computer is going to be poop and they're going to get mad at you for it. But that's an option. So yeah, that's kind of it. If you want to just keep Windows 10 for at least a year, maybe 2, this is what you can do. If you have any other suggestions, please let me know, but that's just what I sort of thought of, off the bat. But the real answer is just use Windows 11. Get over it. I know when Windows 10 came out, nobody wanted to use it. All the Windows 7 people were so upset about Windows 10. It's stupid, it's slow, and now look at us. We can't get enough of Windows 10. So that's the moral of the story. But I wanted to look at it from those type of perspectives. So let me know what you think, and I guess we'll do one more in a few months when October is near and these options are more available. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.